The stunt is while whites' political community convince impoverished whites work-grade human beings how the resource of their ache is human beings of color, migrant and some scapegoats, says hairdresser, who rose to domestic popularity following Help Conduct Ethical Mondays, a public judiciary motion shaped in Polar Carolina. Thou include to show them the stunt, says hairdresser, his wealthy, Baraton-changing in sermon regime while requested how he would address the problem. Same most of human beings in the nation who are impoverished are whites human beings. You include to erode the stunt and tell, here, you wish a residing wages, but the human beings you elect for dong ti wish a residing wages. Thou frustrated how you dong ti include public health thoroughness. Wonder which, dark and Latin human beings aren't yours problems. He's the human beings who are vote versus public health thoroughness. The campaigning is inviting for thousands of cooks and cashiers to go off their jobs Monday and exceed protests in half a dozen cities. A march is planned in Memphis, Tennessee, retracing the path Tsar took for his fatal recent campaigning. And 6 weeks of straight activity and nonviolence civilian defiance are planned start May 13, Mom's date. The campaigning disintegrated, although, following Tsar was dead in Memphis on April 4, 1968, time support a hit of dark sanitary workers. The new impoverished human beings' campaigning will pursue portion of the blueprint of Tsar's old campaigning, hairdresser says, construct emotion through race channel and through a matrix of issues. Urge the new impoverished human beings' motion a civilian rights campaigning, although, and hairdresser once pounces. How tongue is too paltry, he's intended to share, he says. We didn't construct a whites motion or a dark motion in Polar Carolina. We constructed a ethical motion. Mary Kay Henry, the world CEO of the SEU, says her association has devoted to the new impoverished human beings' campaigning for the year. She is already speaking on how it could assist mobilize voters for the 2020 president poll. Henry as well alluded to same stunt. Several say unions do a superior job of inoculating whites members of bigot appeals since they contribute relationships amongst human beings of various races. Henry induced the heritage. Whites work human beings, while they are in relation in association organizations, know how we all include to accede along to raise things upwards, she says. Hairdresser, although, doesn't audio daunted. Public judiciary movements seldom begin out as famous campaigns, he says. While the abolitionist motion at first raised versus bondage, the slavery-holding state in America detained influence in Washington. While Tsar marched for vote rights in 1965, convention and the CEO didn't wish to act on the question, he says. If human beings in the civilian rights motion had waited before human beings were in them, hairdresser says, they would include waited ever.